Alright, let's do some more summer tournament action here. 2026 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Summer Tournament. And we got Diabetes the Second taking on Brian Williams 42. And this is amazing. The best part is it recropped my one, so I'm gonna have to fix my crop real fast. Give me 1 second. Unless we want to watch Brian Williams 42 in surround sound stereo. Let me get this straightened out. Silly system. Left, please. There it is. So we'll listen to more music for a minute. How about that? Oh no, that is, okay, no, it's okay. It isn't. Okay, I had it right. Never mind. Disregard. Look at that. It's just that simple. I had it right. I just can't read. This is what happens when you try to do stuff fast. Alright, let's close this stupid music. Let's get this started. This was from earlier. Yeah, DK, dude, I don't even know how to do audio at this point. We've already established that. But we'll have Diabetes audio here for a moment. And we'll probably pivot back and forth. I can probably extrapolate some results based on the length of odds, but that's all I have. I guess I should not do dueling audio, though. There we go. 23 and 12. We get an herb. Some gold. 9, 10. No spells. Okay. Oh, thank you. That helps tremendously. I hadn't even looked at chat too much as of yet. That's funny as heck. We are a professional here. Alright. We're gonna save this gold. Oh, I was too busy trying to not mess up my mess-ups. I was like, I wanted to hurry up and get this going. Alright, we can go north, we can go south, both go north. Both run into the same Magic Dracky run. Alright, we like this. Oh, Magic Dracky with some level of breath. Brian just reset immediately. Regular Dracky though, that is attainable. Brian gonna walk south, a little swamp south and east. And not much west yet. Opens up and Diabetes the Second sees a town. It's actually useful Breck because even if there's nothing here, we can get fairy waters. Well, they have broadsword magic and silver. We're gonna pick up a small shield. Okay, that's exciting. I'm picking up some herbs, I gather, and then we'll be off to pick up some fairy waters. We'll be doing some good damage on Diabetes the Second side here in a moment. Meanwhile, Brian does go ahead and take on this ghost, uses his herb to heal up a little bit. He wants the experience, and this ghost will be level 2 should he get it down. Dragon Scale on for Diabetes the Second. Don't have to buy that Dragon Scale. Get one for free at some point. Alright. 11 power, 10 agility, 5-6. We're gonna get heal and hurt. Okay. That's a level. We're up to 20 attack power now. And looks like, oh, Metal Slime, and it can run because we are exactly 20 attack power. Well, we get a hit on it. Heal hurt before more Flagon. Oh, that's a second. And it's giving him a chance. The suspense is killing me. Sleep on the golem, huh? Okay, we'll keep that in mind. And after 10 or 11 turns, the Metal Slime runs away. And we're going to lose half our gold. And meanwhile, Diabetes Second going to come out here. He should be able to get into the leveling here momentarily with all with all the fairy waters we have on tap now. Or will he accidentally walk east just slightly and get that metal slime? Does not appear so. We're going to get ambushed by a Druin. Druin, should we take it down, will be level 3. Brian, head in the direction of where Breckenary is, just slightly south of here. With that extra strength, though, we can take on the Scorpion. We have Hurt as well. And he remembers that. So level 3 gives 18, 36, 5, 8. There's Heal Hurt. We're going to add Outside. So it's 7, 26, 0, 2 with Outside. My. We'll add all these spells up, I guess. Oh, no, not all 3. Just 2. Thank you. Didn't notice if Brian bought anything there, but... And we are going to be hurting things. Here comes level 4 for Diabetes the 2nd. Alright, Brian going to buy him a Dragon Scale as well. I'll assume he'll equip it. But what's level 4 got? 2, 2, 2, 8. Almost the Aaron 2222 level, but not. There's the equip for the Dragon Scale for Brian. Ah, you know, I thought I updated the title and I didn't. Let's update that. That's a good idea. Ah. What we got here? 1, 6, 7, 9. Okay. These two have to have the longest names in the world. It's okay. I see Sherlock. Alright, hurt more on the poltergeist. That's why they stink. Alright, we have updated stuff. I'm sure we'll have something else messed up at some point. Dude, yeah, we saw the metal slime that lasted like 10 rounds and then finally ran. Miserable. He had like 4 or 5 swings with a second, with 2 damage, and oh boy, just wasn't giving up the goods. Alright, Brian getting some exploration, not finding a whole ton here now. Oh, there's the metal shows back up just to laugh and run away. Okay, Axonite's doing Axonite things at early levels, and we can't run, and we are dead. Meanwhile, Diabetes II find himself a nice zone here. Nearly up to level 6. Alright, 7 experience away for DB2. Make that 4. Brian out here in the same exact desert now. Gets the worst of the enemies. We're gonna heal the poltergeist real fast, and then we'll try and hurt it probably. It happens. It happens. Oh, we one-shot hurt the metal scorpion for level 6 on DB2 side. 0-3 to 11. Okay. Well, heal hurt, nice. At least they came early, but it seems like about the only thing we're getting for the time being. Okay, Zone 1 has a skeleton. Alright, we'll see if anybody moves around at all at some point here. So we're operating with about 100 XP different, 150. Diabetes the second, very content to just hang out here for at least one more level. Brian, meanwhile, gets that level and says it's time to move, at least for the moment. No, Scorpion's pretty nice. Yeah, this zone, it's not the worst. You would like just like one other good thing, like the skeleton, a warlock, heck, even a wolf at this point with heaven heal to complement the metal scorpion would be nice. But we see a skeleton die here. Oh, Magic Draki with baby breath? Okay. Yeah, DB2 is crushing it on experience early on here. Nearing that next level. 337 needed for the level, and we should have that most likely on this go-round of resources. Runs from the Poltergeist, which is a wise decision. 1, because they suck, and 2, because they are deadly. Brian can't be bothered to walk around the swamp. We'll just walk through the swamp and heal afterwards. It's no problem. Alright, we're going to head east of Sherlock. Oh, yeah, we could do... See, I told you! I called this. I said, we're going to have something else that's been missed. But see, I appreciate that. There we go. Look at that. We even have a timer now. Alright, well, DB2 off the Breck to try and heal is going to get the level off of this Druid. So, working out well. This Wraith might be slightly more than we can chew depending, well, if we keep rolling 10s. Meanwhile, level 7, or level 7, 10 more attack power, 013. Well, it depends on how hard it was hitting. It was actually not hitting nearly as hard as I was thinking, but I forgot we had that giant 26 agility level that really helped with the defense. Definitely helped with the defense, but we got keys. Brian's gonna go see about some keys here. We can buy 3 keys. Or is that 4? That's 4. Yeah, we can buy 4. Just enough for 4. You'd love to see it. So we'll come back in, check the Rimmelder shop. Meanwhile, Diabetes Second going to find out Axe Knights don't like us again and take a death. What do we got in the end? Well, we get one of our keys back, so we're at 3 keys right now. And NPCs are going to NPC, and Brian says, I don't have time to deal with this. Probably looking to see if you have return just to get home. Yeah, NPC's going to NPC. Looking dead-endish. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there it is. Okay, that might be the coast. Alright, we're going to fully traverse the swamp. We're not going to take the death. There is a path south across this bridge. Emergency key storage. DL2 on the skeletons. That's exciting. Both getting that news mere seconds apart. You'd love to see it. Yeah, definitely a great potential gold grind out of Breck. Should we have the availability, and we're going to find out here in a moment. So while Diabetes Second pushes back out on the overworld, Brian gives us our first look at the treasury, and top left, we get a fairy water. We've already seen some fairy waters earlier. A torch, okay, throwables for days. Get our key back, and, well, that's the consolation prize. No gold, but there's Erdrick's armor. Okay. I guess we'll accept the consolation prize. Yeah, you know, it's not what I was wanting, but I guess I'll keep it. Alright, downstairs. We still have a possibility for a gold grind. We have Grave with up to 5 chests down here, though a Star Wyvern may have some concerns about us trying to check these top chests. Does get away. Yeah, we do have outside. Oh, that is not ideal at all, but of course, we run first try, because why wouldn't we? We get a fighter's ring, okay. We're going to throw that thing on right away. We get, there's the gold, and it's in grind mode, baby. There's a second gold, in case the first wasn't good enough. Alright, I feel like I'm a little loud here. There, I feel better already. Alright, so we had a broadsword and a silver shield, so we'll go to 16-3, maybe take a little bonus just because we can. Yeah, with the 2 enemies you already saw, it definitely is a risky step. It also would be something I probably would have done because the temptation of knowing that chest too high. Meanwhile, keys time for Diabetes a second. DB2 gonna key himself up. And to be quite honest, probably follow in the exact same footsteps of what Brian has done so far. And get into the treasury, get his armor, come downstairs. The question becomes, does he have the capacity to get to these top 3 chests, knowing what we know about that zone? Well, we're gonna get a check at the rim shop here. There is the flame here. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. If he's plussed enough to want to come out and get that, I'll just go ahead and mark the things for Brian, because we know what he's buying. Check them stats real class. Yeah, 57 agility. That is something. 57 agility at level 7. It is dodging, because of course it is. But Druid Lord's now on the table easily now, not but just swinging away. Forgot to buy some armor. And since they give you 1 gold for the armor, does that mean it's actually worth 2 gold? Since you get half, or is it worth 3 gold since they round down? That's the question I need to know. Alright, Diabetes second, doing similar to what we saw Brian do, taking a look around the area real fast before heading back. Getting this Wraith Knight, which can hit pretty hard still, but keeping above the damage range here, going to try and hurt. Does have the propensity to dodge at a 3 and 16 rate. I have to double herb again, yep. Well, Brian pushes out a Breck and gets dodged on the first swing, gets dodged on a second swing. Druid Lords became Demon Knights in this seed, evidently. There's the missed hurt, as I apologize. I don't know that I can commentate or curse a match that's already happened, but ooh. Do they off? Yeah, that's a great question. I'll have to. There's the armor for Diabetes the second. We'll have to. I don't know if we can get down to 1 gold, but if we can, we need to know the answer. Alright, going north, and maybe the coast up there, it seems. Brian sees the Metal Scorpion, instinctively wants to hurt it, but remembers he has a broadsword. Alright, so Diabetes second got to find the grave downstairs. Will he be able to get to those chests? We know he's got a gold grind set. If he does, we'll golem a little more than we can deal with right now. Armor Knight immediately, and we'll just keep running from him, because 57 agility just going to do all the work. This is amazing. Amazing. Gets his fighter's ring. He puts it on. He likes 2 extra attack. And we're in that gold. He does also take the risky step. And will grind away. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. 2 players, both get down here. Nobody ever even remotely concerned. Not even concerned. It's just like, yeah, no, we're just going to walk right to this gold that we didn't even know existed. Brian getting some good exploration over here. Not finding a lot, but he's getting some good exploration. Yeah. And that's the East Coast, it appears. And what are we, a couple experience away from the level? Oh, no, we got a little bit to go. I misread it. Oh, there we go. Star Wyvern going to send Brian back home. Breaking the death tiebreaker by 1. And maybe 1 more gold. No, we're going to take some bonus. Oh, is he going to go for the full flame? He's got to go visit 2 shops. Okay. 24-6 needed if he's going for a flame sword. So... we'll see if this comes into, play. We'll see if this comes into play. He's got the money for a flame sword. It's only an additional 8 attack power, but, you know, depending on how late the Hurtmore shows up, that could add up a little bit, or if our grinds are non-Hurtmore enemies. But, with that Metal Scorpion kill, Brian officially takes the XP lead by 1. And at this point, I think I'd have to say Brian has a slight advantage just from a exploration standpoint, though he's not really getting anything out of it, but we are getting knowledge. Looks for the sleep spell, realizes we haven't gotten a spell in 4 levels, and accepts his death. Didn't get the confirmed dead end to the south there, which is a shame. That always feels bad. Always feels bad. Diabetes second, going to use that fairy water for repelling to make this walk over to Breckenary. And then you have to reverse track and head back to get to Rim to get that flame sword. So we got did he... I almost would have grinded the extra 1500 just to have enough for the broadsword. Is that what he did? No. Yeah, I would have just... and then if I get the flame sword, great. If not, I would still have the broadsword and call it a day, rather than reset out of it. Just something to think on. No, Fellison, you're I have it on good authority. You should any menuing you should go really, really slowly in your next races, for reasons. Level 8 for Brian. 3 power, 6 agility, 0-3. We can sleep. Okay, there's that sleep spell. Day late and $1 short, but we'll probably use it once or twice this scene at least. Thank you, unbiased helper. I love that. Alright, Diabetes second does successfully make it back to the town of Rimmler. Will pick up that flame sword and start swinging sticks at everything. Specters are dodging. We're finding some moderately okay enemies to do the business with which we need, so that's been a positive at least. Brian's going to play around in the Tetris piece here. That guy's gonna probably be a little harder to swing at, but we'll see how it goes. Hert's definitely gonna cover more of a range, I would say. Yeah, Brian went to check the shop in Rim and got NPC'd and walked back out versus waiting for it. The guy was camping the doorway. So he would have had that knowledge, but NPC sometimes play games, and this stop spell wizard, you'll love it. It's a little sloggy right now, but 120 experience for, well, something that's got 50% stop spell, probably. Very nice. And there's level 8 for DB2. A big 70 pickup there for Brian, and this was not a bad zone. I was going to say this is not a bad zone, and then the Axe Knight shows up to make a liar out of us. Still, we got decent agility at this point, so 63 agility at level 8. Okay. I still like this zone for Brian. We'll see how long it holds up and how long the Axe Knight stays away and or lets him run. Again, he should run the majority of the time. Nice dodge by the Wraith Knight. Another quality kill. Ah, the Magician kind of brings this level or the zone down a little. Okay. DB2 exploring down the East Coast gets the Metal Slime. We're gonna try and sleep the Magiwyvern. He is asleep. We're gonna try and optimize this as fast as possible. It wakes up because that's what they do. They're not very sleepy. Southeast corner for DB2, and really not finding a lot of stuff after those couple initial towns. We got Charlock just south, Rim just east of that, and Breck just east of Start, and oh, here we go. We got a town for Diabetes a second up there. Okay, I was like, I'm assuming he saw that, and he did. And we have Garenham. We have keys. Let's go see what we can do. Doesn't have to check the shops. Gonna top off. Ryan, meanwhile, does get down the Magiwyvern for level 9. Let's see what we're getting. 10 more power, 2 agility, 3 hit points, 35 magic, and we can go home. Okay. We're gonna stay there. Meanwhile, back at Garenham, we got a herb, we got a torch, and some pretty worthless gold. So, the gold tried to make it look a little nicer, but not necessary at this point in this race. And we have a guy that has a staff, but we have no harp. And we will be back. We will. Oh, another town immediately to the southwest. And okay. We got Hawksness. Let's see. We have decent odds to run from whatever's here. So good knowledge to find. Gonna try and sleep it. It's just such a slog of a fight. And, well, it's not as bad. He hit pretty high on both of these swings. The problem is we just don't have a lot of HP. Gotta land these sleeps. No effect. Oh, stop spell. That is tremendous. That is huge. And DL2. Oh, that's not as huge. Definitely not as huge. Wow. All right. It's not as huge. Not as huge for the runners, I guess. It was huge for that green dragon because he's alive still. Yeah, that's like, oh man, I can do this. Oh yes, the sleep landed. Got 2 swings. All it woke up. Whoa, it's got stop spell, stop spell. Let's go ahead and just swing and explode. Alright, the grind continues for Brian. The exploration continues for Diabetes. We will see what is paying off, but slowly and steadily the experience gap growing over here for Brian. Though Diabetes II has turned around the overworld knowledge in his favor at this point. Yeah, the issue is we're seeing some primo enemies on occasion and just not able to take advantage of them because they literally have no capacity to kill things. Yeah, horrible enemies for days. Okay, this path just keeps on going. There is a southern path there, but it goes north and opens up a bunch all of a sudden. Okay. Magiwyvern's great with this hurt, and this will leave us just shy of level 10. Green Dragon, not a fan of us attacking his brother earlier, has sent us back home again. All right, let's see how we progress here. I missed what the level was for Brian because I was too busy watching Diabetes just walk out of the castle. I've never seen that before, so I wanted to make sure I didn't miss that. 12-4-2-3, thank you so much. So that's a good strength gain again. Another good strength gain. Yeah, for those at home, 55 strength and 69 agility at level 10 is what our runners have to go with whatever the heck their HP MP is. Okay. Brian, very content to just sit here in the zone. And to be quite honest, it's not extreme. It's not resource intensive, and has been very lucrative from an experience point perspective. So. We're going to go across this bridge that we've seen from both sides and go south again. Diabetes second closing in on level 9. So right now we got Brian about doubled up on XP over DB2. Alright. Brian going to take a death. About halfway from 10 to 11 at this point. Level 9 incoming. Yep. I kind of had a feeling. Dang, that's 11 heal. We have 89 MP. I knew we had some good gains, especially with that 35 a couple levels back, but 89, that's 11 heal mores if we ever get heal more. I am going to learn the joy of the wizard. That's both damage broke and very free from a stop spell perspective. We think it's going to be a level 16 heal more? I mean, that's definitely a possibility. The game does like to have jokes. Okay. Another 70 in the bag for DB2, another 120 for Brian, and he is super close to that level and wants it. He wants this level, and he is going to get it off this wizard. Yeah, this is a fantastic zone. Holy cow, this is a fantastic zone. So far, I'm sure there's something in there that's going to throw us off at some point. Blue Dragon a little outside of our capabilities right now. Alright, level 11, what do you got? 9 more power, 1 agility, 2 hit points, no magic, but we get Radiant Stop Spell and heal more. Okay. Hello, mouse. And I forgot to do return at one point. Boop, and heal more. And we're prepared to hang out in the wizard zone, hoping to not see the golem. Yeah, the zone has taken a turn to the worse, while Diabetes II has pretty much found his current zone at least, and is well, it's hit or miss. There's a good enemy here, a bad enemy there. We're getting wizards again for Brian. Yeah, the Stone Man Golem combo, not an ideal follow-up to those, but. And the wizard hitting near us at his max right now, which is always fun. Alright, well, Diabetes II will be at 10 here momentarily. We'll see what he decides to do with that level. Brian, maybe gonna leave here? We got one good enemy, and that's it. It's a really good enemy, but... No, we're gonna walk in the hills south, okay? Well, okay. The wizards just moved down to the mountains slightly. We killed the ones down here, then they probably run back to the desert. We go back up there, I think that quantifies being the circle of life. Well, we needed 1 experience point, but we're going to go Druid Lord for Diabetes II and get level 10 here in a moment. Golems with hurt more. We will try to remember that. So another 12 power there for Diabetes II is the big pickup at level 10. Which means he's already got return spell too then. In sleep. Alright, we're gonna go round 2 on the green. I like it. What I don't like is Brian staying in the mountains. If we're going to stay in the zone, just move back up. But this will be level 12. There's been like 1 golem so far. Just crit for level 12, okay? We'll see what level 12 has and see if we can check out the spike at the same time. We got it both. We're getting 5, 11, 5, 5, and we get a token. Okay. Required Ring Dragon, but not exactly what we were hoping for. Big stick would have been huge. Alright. DB2 gives us a view of the rest of the southern coast, at least as we have seen it down here. It looks like it's going to dead end into a bunch of mountains. And 1 little path there. Okay. We do have at least a... Oh, we got an extension and a cave. It is mountain. 5 chests inside mountain. Brian about as far away from all this as he possibly can be at the top of the world. Yeah, he's in the northwest corner. Do we 3-shot? We do. Chest 1. Fairy water. Well, that's some more repel until we get repel. We're gonna go down, hit chest 2 here. We get an herb. Top chest is gold. Next door, a torch. So far, a very trash mountain. Does chest 5 redeem it? The suspense is killing me. Alright, Brian going to stay north of Sherlock for now. Realize there's a quick dead in there, coming back down. Chest 5! Well, it's the death necklace, you know? We have terrible HP, but maybe that'll change at some point. Death necklace, chest 5. For Diabetes II. Just crit on the Demon Knight, gets another 90, and he is super close to level 11 now. Brian's kind of coming this direction finally. Does have to head south across the bridge over here, and then that leads to the towns and eventually this mountain cave. Not required, but it's knowledge. It is dodging, in case we didn't see it the first time. It is dodging. Alright, we'll switch up some audios here for a bit. Boom. Looking kind of like a dead end for Diabetes. Dueling Poltergeist. You'd love to see it. The Axe Knight has heal. Okay. Didn't heal that time. He's dead. So Brian's still maintaining a rather decent experience point lead as Diabetes II gets the level with the 3 spells there. Alright. Heading down the East Coast for Brian. Gonna throw out a stop spell on this golem. We'll see how spell happy this is. Yeah, it's like, all it takes is one hit though to get us in danger. Well, seems pretty spell happy. And that's a humongous 350. You'd love to see it. Back into Hawksness goes Diabetes II. Gets that nice wizard. No repel, no fairy water, no lights, no cars, no motorhomes. Not a single luxury. Alright, we should be seeing location here in a moment on Brian's side. And there it is. We have found Ham. We will get a top off. We'll find... Oh! Ambush, Golem, Hurt More, Death. I was quoting Gilligan's Island. I was doing the Gilligan's Island theme song. Weird Al might have stole it from the Gilligan's Island theme song then. Brian getting the news that we will be back to Ham at some point. But if you use the harp, it might be delighted. The enemies might be delighted. Alright, here we go. We'll see how this green dragon fight goes. I know I'm right. I have the dumbest stuff stuck in my head, man. I can't remember a map. I don't know what enemy stats are half the time, and I've been playing this game 7 years. But I can remember dumb songs from a TV show I've been watching 30 years. But didn't even bother, doesn't know, we're just swinging. Finds out they have stop spell, doesn't know about the DL2 yet. But not in danger, gonna 3-shot this, easy money. Just shy of a level, gonna get the Death Necklace. Or token, rather. Death Necklace is in the mountain. We'll get back there. Oh, now he's finding out about the DL2. Yeah, that first fight made this look like the dream. And now, not as dreamy. Not as dreamy. But, you know, we do have heal more, so. Not that it helps. You have to basically play the game until it stops spells. There it goes. Scribbles mental notes about Golem being my only love. That is amazing. Alright, level 13. What do we got here? 5035. No spells. Alright. Yeah, who needs HP? Who needs HP? Well, thank God we have Erdrick's armor. This swamp is just long. Lots of swamp. Okay. Level 12 incoming for Diabetes the second. Should we get the Star Wyvern down? And Brian wanting to confirm this dead end before he goes across. Oh, baby. Straight up across that bridge will be the last location in this neck of the woods, which is a very sad mountain cave. We will cross that bridge when we get there. Alright, here we go. Gonna see the cave here in a moment on Brian's side. Diabetes still pressing out on additional exploration. Slightly ahead on the exploration piece, definitely behind on the experience side of things. So much swamp. Big swamp not turned on. Oh, this is where we died earlier before we could confirm if it dead ended or not. And it definitely does not immediately, at least. Does about 10 seconds later. Alright. Baby breath on the Demon Knight, okay. Missed that earlier if it did it. Yeah, well, we got 90 defense right now on Brian's side, I believe. We don't mention where DB2 is right now. It's a sad place. With the sad shop of sadness. Alright. Brian, like, what the heck? Where's the things? Let's play another torch. There we go. Ooh. Unnecessary menu cast. We add another tick. We're adding ticks every time we see unnecessary movements and menu cast and items. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. But we got a death necklace. And I'm sure we're like, oh wow, I'm sure the HP for that death necklace certainly just around the corner. Certainly just around the corner. Diabetes second, going to pick up Fairy Waters. This is a good play. No repel yet. Topping off in brick. We just can't get away from here. It was, see, it was good early, and now it's just a town of sadness. Yeah, it was good early, but now it's just a town of sadness and disappointment and despair. Had I any sea knowledge, I might not have put this up, lest I be. The only thing that could make this any worse is if we had the flute, but luckily it doesn't seem like the golem needs the flute once you get that information. A corpse outside, maybe we'll have to upgrade. So, while all the town icons look the same, the emote that I just posted, that is literally the town of Brecconary from one of the seeds I played. I made sure it was Brecconary specifically. And then the flames are from the intro scene of Dragon Warrior 2, I think? 3? One of those? So it's legit Dragon Warrior Flames is the best I could get with the money that I was willing to spend, which was me looking at a video. It's open to interpretation, I love it. Alright, the exploration continues. Oh baby, we're gonna go dive grave. I don't mind this at all. We're narrowing down the information and the places available at this point, so. And we still have things. We need things. Coordinates exist. If they do, that's one thing. What else are we missing? Tablet? Stones Caves? Woohoo! 1 HP, best HP. Some say it's the only HP that matters. Okay. I appreciate that heal. Alright, well, we're getting out into all this northern zone here on Diabetes' second side. I believe Brian was here not too terribly long ago, and we're going to find the nothingness. Traversing towards Chest 4. Chest 4. Wow. Wow, game. Fairy Flute and Chest 4. Fairy Flute and Chest 4. And that's all I have to say about that. But let's see what Chest 5 has. And a very quiet walk down with Repel on. We are repelling the world at this point, though. Definitely needed it. Deep Grave, Stones of Sunlight. Still looking for a harp. Would love a sword. Cole might have one of those items. Cole way out there. Unless we return and win a different way, which is possible. There's your harp. So if we find Caitlin and it has chords, that's your sword. So almost all the information available now, and we have the majority of it here in the booth. The runner's not quite there yet, but in fact, Ryan's not too far behind DB2 at this point, because we saw Beatus come right past Sherlock on his way to Cole. I just don't know which way he turned when he came past it. What a nice long dead end, I'm assuming. Here for Brian. Yeah, it's like, I thought it died too, and you turn around. Nope, didn't quite get confirmation. Well, we got one of those missing caves. We got another one. Come on, North and South Swamp. Dang. Alright, we got Stone's Cave. Our free chest for today is empty. It's empty. Oh, thank you. It happens. As we do that. And then we do that. Whoa! Alright, Tablet Cave. I mean, if we find the sword here, from Brian's perspective, then we know there's no chords. But we'll probably find, I don't know, another one of our keys. No, more gold. Okay, more gold. Just burning the hole in our pocket. Diabetes a second, back out to the west coast. We're gonna go through swamp. See a town right across. That's gonna be Cantlin. Okay. Maybe southwest corner? Whose idea was it to switch audio? Yeah, staff is going to be a hot minute. But we're going to get full knowledge at this point, right? Yeah, we've seen tablet, we've seen stones. So we're going to have full knowledge. If chords exist, that is our sword. If chords do not exist, it'd be in Sherlock. So DB2 zigged, Brian zagged when they went south of Sherlock, and we're getting all the information pretty quickly now. Yeah, agreed on that run. This is way too important to potentially have a golem mess up on. Swinging on the blue. Alright, that's a big 180. Puts us just under a grand XP gap right now between DB2 and Brian. Brian, gonna go talk to an old man after a couple brief pauses. Those are seconds you'll never get back. We'll never get those seconds back. Thou must go fight. And all of the Jink cast I've done, that's the first time I've never had cords. Now we're going to take on this golem. Another blue dragon down for Diabetes second. We find coal all over again. Coal does exist, at least in DB2's seed. Okay. Just crit strats, always useful. Alright, we're going to go find this dead end on DB2's side first, and then he's going to cut back and cut down and find these 2 caves that we saw from Brian. Looks like Brian's section's dead ends really quick, so that's good news for him. He's going to get back through, maybe check the spike. Yep, we're going to check the spike first. What do we got? We got the blue dragon. Seems to have 100% less DL2 than the green dragon, but the green dragon almost free. Almost free. It's damage broken. It likes stop spell, but it has DL2. Alright, so there's Swamp. We'll pop back out. Get our tablet cave on. Alright. Well, this is pretty exciting right now. We got a minor experience point lead for Brian Williams 42. He's going to get the knowledge all wrapped up here first. Though, once Diabetes the second checks the chords and finds out they don't exist, he will know he has to dive. And there's the harp for Brian. And not going too far that way, yep. And then the fun begins. What do we want to grind? Do we want to go grind the DL2 Golem? Or, I mean, Green Dragon. Overworld Golem grind. Alright. Knowledge coming in. The empty. You have to know that's... I think at this point, Brian has to know this is the staff cave next door. So we'll be able to pick up... Or, I mean, jerk cave, rather. We'll have to go and then come back. Yeah. Yeah, this seed makes you do some walking for sure. Makes you do some walking. No shortcut to doing everything we gotta do. So, Brian's got full outside of Sherlock knowledge. Fairy water purchases tend to be overlooked occasionally by runners. Been very, very valuable. Very valuable. Yeah, this zone with this wizard has the golem, but doesn't have the wizard because we're repelling the wizard. But if we don't repel the wizard, then we get the riffraff. So we'll see how frequent the golem shows up. Yeah, it'd be nice to have that wizard in the loop, but not possible without having, what was it, a Scorpion and Drakima? What was the other enemies in there? Diabetes a second. Not going to worry about grinding right now. Going to go get his staff. I'll be honest, I kind of like the play by Brian better. Working towards more viable stats overall, and as well as a real repel versus reliance on the fairy waters, you know. Still gotta dive that grave. Alright, nope, we're going to go take a stab at this green dragon on a grind for now. Okay. Ambush DL2, because that's, of course, what it's going to do. Well, we're about 14 and change XP apart right now. Back-to-back green dragon breaths. There's a stop spell. No, it makes sense if you were coming here to grind for sure. But level 14, 4, 2, there's some HP. 22 and 1. All right. And I can't even read my own handwriting, so I don't know what level 11 was. It was either 9 strength or 4 strength, one of those two. So we either have 73 or 78 strength at the level 14. Up to 83 agility. Brian on the walk. Going to get his Staff of Rain. Alright, Green Dragons are dying. Need 8 more on Diabetes' side to get the level. It's going to breathe some fire because, you know, that's what this Green Dragon does occasionally. Yeah, I Hate People lady is fantastic, and I love that emote as well. Very nice. Alright, we're going back home on Brian's side, and let's see what he chooses to do. Alright. Topping off. You know, sometimes she's trapped in there and one of those chests has a key. You know, that's on her. Plus, you don't even need a key. You can just walk out the back. They walk randomly around there anyway. You think eventually she'd figure out that hole in the wall and escape the village. I'm gonna re-fairy water up on Brian's side. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. I like that thought. So we're just shy of 13 Healmores right now. And looks like Brian's going to go ahead and do the walk to do the exchange. And Diabetes is going to get breathed on multiple times in a row, die a few Green Dragons shy of the level. See if he decides to come back or take his talents elsewhere. The biggest issue right now, unless you have your Fairy Waters, is just inability of repelling. But no, we're going to go ahead and go get that token. Or sorry, stones out of the basement. We got to get down to chest 5. And Brian gets a rainbow. Okay. Does a stats check. Does a stats check. And, maybe heading right back to this golem zone. Now, if I'm not mistaken, isn't the desert just above here the same thing? So why the mountains over the desert? Just vibes. Sometimes the vibes hit. Okay, that's fine. I like superstitions and such. Like I'm like, oh, you know, I've gotten many more encounters down in these mountains. I'm gonna stay here. I don't care about the little pitter patter in between movements. That's fair. It's probably a lot cooler in the desert. He's not sweating as much. All right, we're gonna take on the Stonemen, which, you know, it's not some people's favorite grind, but you're gonna take what you get. Until that, never mind. Never mind. Stonemen are the worst. Alright, well, Brian says, you know, past Brian's listening to future DK and says, you know, let's go to the desert. You aren't my friend now. While this has all been going on, temporarily XP gap is under 1,000. The issue's gonna be that Diabetes does still need to do that walk to get the exchange wrapped up, but and then we'll see what he decides to do, if we go back to that green dragon or not. This zone mostly working out for Brian. Mostly. Wrong man of stone. Here comes the sadness. There was the sadness. Alright, well, we got a flute. I know Diabetes doesn't have as much experience on the golems, but a stop still's all you need. The flute, absolutely unnecessary. Have we seen sleep from the... I haven't paid a lot of attention. I've seen a lot of hurt mores. I haven't seen the sleep on the golem, but... Alright, and there's our stones. Got slept early, okay. Just missed it. Alright, so... Heck, oh my gosh, it's already over. It's already an hour and 5 minutes into the seed. Man, it flies sometimes. I don't believe so. Have we seen reds yet? I don't believe so. We've seen armored knights. We're repelling half of Sherlock. Well, the first 4 enemies at least. Alright, so Diabetes second is goleming using the flute though. Just crit on the stone man, puts him right in the heal range because that's how this game works. Amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Alright. We're trying to dazzle the golem with a radiant spell, and now we're going to go ahead and stop spell it. Alright, Diabetes second running off to get his rainbow drop. I have a feeling we might see the inside of Sherlock here. We have a ton of MP. We've noted that we're pretty good at fighting anything. I wouldn't mind a dive and grind, get the sword, if we think this might go a few levels. What, we one golem away, I think I saw from Brian's side for the level. Here we are. This golem will be level 15. Diabetes second gets his rainbow drop. I think the most important question, we ain't worried about HP at this point. Are we going to get Repel at level 15? Yeah, I had a feeling, especially not putting Repel on, we want to leave it unrepelled, take on these damage broken enemies on the dive. But we're going to get 1 whole power, 2 agility. Whoa, slow down game, slow down. 2 full HP. And of course Repel's going to be level 16 because the game is the game. Alright, so we flute, then stop spell on Diabetes the second side. Wow! Stop spell had no effect! I could have missed one that didn't land over on Brian's side, but I don't know that I've seen him miss one yet. Diabetes just missed 2 in a row. We get it on the 3rd. Wow. Yeah, it has a max of 6 out of 16 resist, and there's absolutely 0 way that it's that high. Maybe 1 or 2 out of 16, and we got the real bad RNG there. Yeah. Sometimes the game just gonna mess with you, and stuff like that, especially with a sleepy golem. could make somebody gun-shy at just throwing out stop spells for fear of being slept and wrecked, to be quite honest. So we might continue to see the flute. Wow, one step, another golem. No, we're going to go straight to the stop spell to see. No effect! Are you kidding me, game? What in the absolute heck? And that, I mean, that's the right call. The flute there, I hate to say it. It's the right call. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love the RNG in this game. And that's what this game is. It's RNG Simulator 9000. The dice rolls will determine whether you're going to have a good time or not. Brian is going somewhere. Axe Knights, okay. Meanwhile, DB2 might not ever make it past the first turn in Sherlock. With the amount of golems. Now, the golems are really nice. He wants these golems. These golems are a fantastic fight. We are going off to the Green Dragon. Okay. We'll see how this plays out. We're gonna hurt more. We got decent amount of MP, and we got a top off right next door. So it's not necessarily the worst. Red dragons have been sighted. No more questions about have we seen red dragons. We know they exist in the top zone of Sherlock. We might be out of MP for Diabetes a second before we hit the dark floors. Gonna swing through, dangerous, but does enough and takes it out. It's a nice pickup. Just crit over here when you don't need it. You'll have to see it for Brian. Wow, this top zone is exceptional. The unfortunate thing is Diabetes Second's having to use the flute constantly, but it's the right call from his perspective and knowledge. He's like 3 of 6 on stop spell at this point. Yeah, that's 4 golems and a red dragon on this top zone so far. And that's level 15 for Diabetes the Second. Gonna get his hurt more. And some more MP, but not a lot else. Alright. Oh, blue dragon's up here as well, okay. Something different. It's like a palate cleanser almost. When you get tired of just having 350 experience points dump in your lap, you know, you're like, let's cut it almost in half and go for 180s instead. But yeah, the resource pool draining quickly. Is that an 81 max? Yeah. Just crit the red dragon. It's that simple. Just remember, just crit, don't die, roll high. Those are your sage words of advice. Run first time. And look at this experience point gap. Had been 12, 13, 1400 at one point, down to 600, and double DL2'd. Well, Hawks is a long way away. We'll see if Brian wants to walk back here, or with only 900 and change needed for the level, if he opts to go a different direction. Okay, we pick up 1 fairy water. We have no repel, that's why we picked up the fairy water. There we go. Does not opt to go into Sherlock. I was wondering if he might this time. I'm not a huge fan of the dive and grinds in most situations, but this is, I mean, not even knowledge of the enemy zone, which is fantastic from Diabetes the Second's perspective. But just the plus 20 on attack power speeds up a lot of the physical people. But it looks like we just want to go do green dragons. And The stop spell misses will continue until morale improves. Alright, I'll be back in 30 seconds. I'm getting some water. I'm sure I won't miss anything. Alright. Water required. Heck, I got the water in back before Brian even made it back to the spike in Poxness. Well, the HP kind of lagging here. This seed felt like it was going to go a little faster than it ultimately is right now. But, we have an XP lead for Diabetes II. Yep. We did make it to Zone 2. We have a whopping 20 MP left, though. We'll see how that treats him. See how that treats him. Zone 2, just devoid of anything. Okay, we got a couple of green dragons. Does decide to use the breath. Throws out the hurt more. Lands. Okay, that's a safety hurt more right there. Baby heal to get out of DL2 range. Let the armor do the walk-in from there. We make it to Zone 3, so Zone 2 did get a lot of knowledge there. Through the U? I mean, we don't have Repel on or anything. The enemies have, just disappeared. Nothing major. I didn't get to check the stats there. That was very quick. Alright, Red's in the basement as well. So, Red Dragons in Zone 1 and 3 at minimum. Yeah, and the 2 and 16 never lands. You never miss. It's impossible. The game wouldn't do that to us. Alright, this green dragon for Brian will be the level. Red dragon will leave us just shy. As the XP leads keep bouncing back and forth, but we're going to get 7-2, 25 into, that is intriguing. I think that's go. Yeah, 96 would be 138. You gotta go. Be 138. Oh no. Did you forget you didn't have the sword? Oh no. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Oh no. Meanwhile, we're about to see where the sword is. Is it in one of these 6 chests? Is it vanilla back up judge's table? I love when it's the 250 chest because it gives you down to a 50-50. Doesn't force you to go back up, but it makes you question life. 150 is a cursed belt. 100 is the wings. A second set of wings in the 50. Stick is in the 200. There's the free dragon scale. I told you. Both these people bought $20 dragon scales super early. Don't buy the dragon scale. It's free. It's absolutely free. Alright, Brian back to start. Figures out the fuzzy math. The issue for Diabetes is second. No MP left. He needs to die. Will he be... Yeah, he's trying to figure out how do I die. I think you just run from this stuff. Yeah, you just run from this stuff and hope the spike can kill you. In fact, the spike has to be able to kill you. It's either the damage broken green dragon with DL2 or something that isn't damage broken. But man, yeah, where's the red dragon at? All right, this is where you hope for some DL2, and no, we get the stop spell. All right, so this will be intriguing because Brian's got to go get the sword still. We know it's in the treasury. Diabetes II needs to die so he can get a top off and start this dive. This is when you want the ambush DL2 game. Come on. These green dragons will not be this free on the second dive. A physical attack? Come on, game. What are you doing to us here? Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal on Diabetes II's side. This This is straight misery. There's the red dragon. We can still hit pretty dang hard though, so you want to hope the red dragon does better towards you than you towards it. Okay. Does not 3-shot, gets the death warp, but I think he's a little behind even with the temporary stop Brian has to do. We're obviously within a little bit of encounter RNG, but Brian definitely with a small lead here. Look at Diabetes the second, taking full advantage of those double wings he just picked up to get out of that castle fast. Brian uses the herb after Red Dragon says something, but we're into Zone 2. Zone 2. Sees his friend the Golem. Gets run blocked. Hurt more because, you know, that's what you expect when you have 80-something agility. Armored Knights here in Zone 2. Diabetes the second have a good walk so far. Run blocked by the Golem. I told you. Too much agility. We've entered overflowed. Game is going to troll. So now we're a lot tighter than we were. This is amazing. All right, ambush. Blue Dragon gets away from the Golem on the right. The agility toilet. Alright. Last floor of Zone 2 for Brian. Making the turn towards Zone 2 is Diabetes. Into Zone 2. Throws out another Fairy Warder over on Brian's side. Armored Knights, 4 days. 4 days! Yep, there they are on your left. Another ambush Golem. We're getting lucky we're not getting slept, but good God, game. Have a little courtesy. Let us get ambushed by Red Dragons in Zone 3, not the Golems in Zone 2. Okay. Through the U. Finds out about the Red Dragon. Gets away. This is now in Diabetes' favor, depending on RNG here, because Beatus will be making the turn before Brian gets the sword. Barring catastrophic encounter luck. We're going to throw out a repel. I think that's the right call. Heal more, be damned. Here comes the sword. You got to run immediately. Go, go, go. Oh my goodness, folks. This is absolutely crazy. Beatus getting absolutely no encounters, and there's a blue. Brian ever so lightly behind, throws his last Fairy Water on. About 10 steps behind. This is amazing. I mean, obviously I could be within 1 or 2 seconds on hit and play on the VOD as well, so. Run blocked by a blue, doesn't get run blocked on the left by a red, gets run blocked by the blue though, so only fair. Brian takes, oh no, he's 1 tile apart. What in the absolute hell? Alright, dragons on both sides. Obviously the blue dragon, the hardest enemy to run from. Diabetes finds out Armor Knight on the spike. Brian getting trolled with encounters. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Throws out the hurt more since we already blew through the heal more anyway. I don't mind that whatsoever. That makes absolute sense. Doesn't one and done it though. It is dodging. It is dodging on Brian's side. We're gonna throw out the hurt more. It is dodging. Amazing. A giant hunk of metal dodges exactly what you expect. Major physical there though. And Diabetes the second, first to be called a fool. Brian Urban up will be right behind him, but this is all down the menu and what we're like 2 actions ahead on Diabetes the second side. I don't have the race room. I have no clue what the official times are, and I honestly have no clue what happened in this whatsoever. Outside, I had a general sense of the length based off of the VODs. We get ambushed on Diabetes the second side. Has to heal more. Has to heal more. Brian, come on. He is through. All right, so we are. Especially if Brian gets first action. I'm not going to be able to keep up with this. We got 18s on both sides. 35 for DB2. 35, okay. A very consistent fight here, but both sides so far. Alright, 54 on the left. 49 on the right. 68 on the left. 65 on the right, or 64 rather. I already missed the swing, I guarantee it. This is nuts. All right, this is all down to, I think Diabetes has about a one-turn advantage here. Holy crap, this could come down. This literally could come down to, does the Fairy Water or Repel run out in the walk back into Tantagel? We are that close in a race here that Fairy Water or Repel expiring could be an actual contributing factor in who wins. Yeah, the rolls have come down over on the left. They've been middle on the right. Like I said, I got through like 4 rounds. I'm very proud of myself before I lost numbers. Dragon Lords are breathing. Dragon Lords are biting. Heroes are heal-moring. Heroes are swinging. Thal has done it. Diabetes the second got his Dragon Lord 2 down. There's Thal has done it on the right. And we're gonna have to ask the runners what happened, because like I said, I don't have the race room, and this is super tight. Wings back. Does Fairy Water run out or anything? Does Repel? Looks like Diabetes is gonna. Oh my God! Look at this! I told you! I told you that could happen. But get some GGs out in chat for both these runners. What an amazingly close race! Absolutely ridiculous. That had to be insanity in the race room to see that happen. What was? Give me some official times here. What did the that is amazing. I am so glad I put this on. What an absolutely amazing race. Diabetes the second, 125.13. And then Brian Williams 42 got what? 125.15. My freaking God. 2 seconds difference. Just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. What a fantastic finish. And it would have been 4 or 5 seconds, that little fairy, or that Repel running out. I told you that was a factor. I didn't expect it to actually happen. I was just trying to think through what could also happen here. My God, man. Amazing. Yeah, the 4 extra greens. To be fair, though, you know, that's self-inflicted. I get the self-inflicted piece. There's so many other factors that it's so easy to remember the stuff from the end of the seed that you mess up, or even RNG goes against you, to forget about all the other things you messed up or RNG went against you throughout the rest of the seed, you know? So, man, what a dang-on race. Amazing. All right, so we'll get to Diabetes the second stats here in a moment. We'll get into those stats here in a moment. And then we'll let those play through and kind of go from there. I think I've heard rumors there was supposed to be a race tonight. I'm not doing a race if there's a race tonight, but maybe we'll give somebody love that's going to do the race. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, missing the stop spells. You know, just little things all over the place that truly contribute to the anarchy that is a seed. I think most people always dwell on the Sherlocks or the things leading up to Sherlock, but there's so many other things in there as well. All right, here we go. We got some stats coming on DB2 side. Yeah, like a poltergeist death. Who dies the poltergeist? Brian definitely got the short end of the skeleton encounters. 9 golems. DB2 got the short end of the golem encounters. Brian definitely took on more green dragons, even with the bonus ones. Not counted. Yeah, even the in-game timer just over 2.09 seconds difference per the in-game timers. I was just kind of curious how that was going to line up, but what an amazing race. Wow, I know you guys have race 2 together. Let's see what we got together. I'll leave everybody with that, and then we'll go find someone to harass. I mean, talk to. Come on, there we go. Sorry. Whoa, not what I want. Game, come on. And I probably should have switched audios at some point, but oh well. It is what it is. Alright, so we got, yeah, game 2 tomorrow at 2 p.m. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Looks like beta will be coming. Oh, I love this. It'll be on DWR Randomizer, beta on comms. Tanuki Monster doing the restream. Awesome, awesome. And we got several other races. I'm assuming midnight August 25th is tomorrow night into Tuesday for Judge Joe J. Coper. Maybe do like a 23:59 on the actual date that the note. I don't know, it's confusing. So that's up either tomorrow. Yeah, it's probably tomorrow night going into Tuesday. Ziggy and Aaron scheduled for back-to-backs. Game 1 and 2 on Tuesday at 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm sure the 8 p.m. is to be following the first race depending on time. Coper and Judge Joe, August 26th, 12:15 a.m. So they're getting it just after midnight there. And game 3 for this is needed is August 26th at 2 p.m. So a lot of 2 p.m.s there. I love it. Tilo and Cheerno got theirs on the schedule. That's on Thursday at 9 p.m. Friday at 9 p.m. for a second game, and then Saturday afternoon if needed. I'll get with Fellison. We'll get mine on the list as well. And I know NESCARD Angel FM. No one gives a crap about that race, but I'm sure there's probably going to be a couple people watching that one, right? They still got to get on the board, so still a few to get scheduled. But a lot more action this week. I used to love skipping out of work. DK ain't got time to do that crap anymore. They're compensating me for the lack of DWR I get to see now during the day, but at what cost? At what cost? I used to love just sitting in Aaron's stream all afternoon, and now, no time. Very upsetting. Alright, DWR. Oh, there's 2 people gonna race. There's 2 people gonna race so far, Destiny and NESCARD. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad we got this together. I literally, like, sometimes you get a little bit of information if you're gonna go vodcast something. The only information I had was that I was concerned as hell when I pulled up Diabetes the Second's VOD because it was 2 hours and 48 minutes. Brian made me feel a little better because it was only an hour 42, so I was like, we're probably looking at like an hour 30, hour 35 was my guesstimate off of that information alone. So that was all the information I had going into this. So absolutely amazing. Oh yeah, Aqua's gonna join as well. Who's Aqua? Aqua, what a weird name. What kind of person would go by the name Aqua? You would never know. Oh yeah. That's half the fun with me is I'll like if we're doing a race and I'm in with Diabetes, I said we're gonna raid Diabetes a second. Let's get him talking for a couple hours on this seed and a variety of other things. But I'm nice and I'll tell him that I told them that when we go over. But no, I love listening to DB2 talk, which is why I go over there a lot. Him and Aaron both. I'll listen to them both go on and on about a race or the seed or whatever after the fact. So we're gonna send this over to Destiny of a Dragon Warrior. We need more casual chat. So, yeah, it looks like they're going to do an 8 p.m. Eastern race, so starting off in about 7-8 minutes. Doesn't look like too many people joined yet. There's still time for you to be disappointed and join this race. You too can also get RNG'd and or grind an extra 4 dragons. But I can't wait to watch all these races. It's just been amazing so far, so on and so forth. Thank you for hanging out with me, watching this amazingly close race. And we got a lot more coming over the coming weeks. Have a good night.